Good and bad toys of the 90s. Start with the bad one. Bop It. Bop It is a toy built specifically to give you anxiety. It's not a toy, it's a curse. You find it at your friend's house, you pick it up, you don't know what it does. And then it locks you in the game. And they keep making Bop It more extreme. You know, a lot of millennials are in therapy. And a lot of them have anxiety issues. And I bet if you ask them, did you play Bop It as a kid? They all would. You know what toy was cool though? Old school Super Soakers. They had fucking power levels. And that's pretty badass. I like knowing that I'm better than you because my gun is a 2000. You got a 700? That's fine, but it's not 2000. Power levels. Big for millennials. Going back to lame toys, we had a bunch of different variations of these stupid little electronic things that nobody would ever play with unless like you're going on a plane. Because in the 90s, if you went on the plane, you couldn't use any electronics or the plane would explode. Or that's what they told us. You can't bring your Game Boy on there, the plane will explode. But you're gonna bring this piece of garbage. Going back to the cool one, Doodle Bears. You could draw on these dudes and then just throw them in the washing machine because they're made of jeans. And jeans are cool. I wear jeans. Alright, so we had a thing called Pogs. Just like a little piece of cardboard with a picture on it. And there was a game you played with Pogs, but nobody played it. Nobody has any idea how to play Pogs. I think you had like a heavy Pog and you hit the other Pogs and they flip over or they wouldn't, and then you would win if a lot of them were flipped over. I think nobody knows. Let's figure it out. Yeah, that's literally all it is. You stack the Pogs and you smash it and collect the ones that are face up. There's nobody, like, even this kid in the fucking explanation is like, why the fuck are we playing Pogs? Gather 2 to 4 friends? That's not possible. You couldn't gather anyone to play Pogs. Okay, this next one is another weird thing that millennials were into, or so they say. I don't think anyone was actually into this, but here it is. Cup stacking. This was real dumb. It's a game where you get cups and you stack them into towers like this and then dismantle them real fast. And that's the whole game. And they time themselves like, oh, look how fast I could stack cups. This is fun. It was never fun. I refuse to believe anybody enjoyed this. I think a few people did this and found out they could do it really fast. And then, I don't know, I guess that's all they had going in their life. Just going around telling people you could stack cups real fast. It's not fun. It's stupid. Drink with the glasses. Do something, do anything else. Stacking cups. Alright, next thing. Here's a classic. Bouncy balls. Everybody loves a bouncy ball. It's great. They bounce super high. You destroy your entire house because you throw it inside. You break every single lamp in the house. And then you lose the bouncy ball under the couch forever. You live hard and you die fast. That's the bouncy ball way. Alright, so a lot of girls had Polly Pockets. They made the boy version, the Mighty Max. I mean, these things looked kind of cool. When you open them, you're like, oh, that's kind of neat. But they're boring as shit to play with. I mean, they're competing against Ninja Turtle action figures and stuff. These are just, I don't know, fun to look at, I guess. And in the 90s, a lot of our toys were heavily gendered. That's why they always had to give us our own version of stuff, right? And I wish things weren't so gendered, because I would have loved to play with this next one. The Easy Bake Oven. Listen, who doesn't love eating little cakes? I'm a full-grown adult now. I have an actual oven, a full oven. I would never touch this thing. I don't give a shit about this. I want the Easy Bake Oven. And you're like, oh, an air fryer is the same thing as an Easy Bake Oven. No, it's not. It's not whimsical. And safe. It's probably safe. More toys in the 90s should have incorporated cakes. That's all I'm saying. Alright, this next one's pretty funny. Stretch Armstrong, the weirdest toy ever. It's just a guy that you could stretch. Which is, like, people were stretching him to do inappropriate stuff. And they didn't help. Like, this guy had a villain character. He looked like this. And I'm not even joking. This guy didn't stretch. This is what you do with this guy. You pump him up with a pump and he gets hard. You got this toy and you made him hard. Like, they know what they're doing. I feel like these toys are kind of like when you watch a Disney movie and there's a couple of jokes in there for the adults, you know. I got nothing bad to say, but like this guy's dope as hell. He's just full of corn syrup. Nothing sweeter than that. I don't know if corn syrup is sweet, probably. Alright, then we had these stupid things, Tamagotchis. Basically, you get like a little buddy and you gotta play with it and feed it and whatever else. And then it does this cute thing where it dies. Like if you kept one alive for 3 days, you could probably be a parent. Because most of them died in a half hour. It was really like the first toy you could murder with neglect. Now I said Doodle Bears were cool. These next bears, not cool. Beanie Babies. Beanie Babies are a lot like cryptocurrency where people thought this is going to be worth a lot of money. The only difference is nobody made money on Beanie Babies. Except for maybe the person who invented Beanie Babies. I remember some people just displayed these in their house, just proudly. Big, huge shelves full of Beanie Babies. Like, this is going to be worth something one day. And they were just displaying pure trash, pure garbage. Why would this be worth something? Look at it. Look how stupid this is. Now, a lot of people liked trolls. But these weren't even the coolest trolls out there. Because they're like, trolls are cute, but what about the edgelords? They don't like the trolls. And that's when you got battle trolls. Look at this absolute piece of shit. It's amazing in every way. It's the battle trolls. Alright, I got one more for you. It was probably the biggest thing in the 90s. Arguably big right now, too. But the 90s, it hit different. It was special. I'm talking Pokemon cards. These were currency on the playground. You could be a very powerful man if you had the right cards. These ended up getting banned in a lot of schools. I actually got Pokemon cards banned from my school. Because in my thirst for Pokemon card power, I stole a bunch of Pokemon cards from my school's office. Because my brother and his friend told me to do it. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'll do that and gain all this power. But I was found out right away because I looked too guilty. And I brought them back. It was a whole big deal. My mom brought me to the principal's office. I explained what happened. I didn't even get punished. And you know why? Because they wanted Pokemon cards dead. And they finally had a reason. And then we couldn't have Pokemon cards at the school anymore. But then Yu-Gi-Oh! Came out a few years later. And it's like, well, they're not Pokemon cards. We'll bring those to school. Anyway, that's my thing. If you made it this far, that's crazy. It's been 7 minutes. But thanks. Peace.